Welcome to the weekend show, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy can't let this rest. Every day is the weekend show here at the weekend show with Mediumjay. And you know what? Fuck this intro shit. We gonna get right into it. Play that funky music, dog.
Machiavellian is Illuminati all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot.
This is some beef shit. You can't let this rest. Back in the day, dog, when you slap a man, someone's dying. It's a duel, dog. Have here now. Someone's gotta die now. Alright, so Chris Rock, Will Smith, who you got? I'm putting my money on Chris Rock just because he took that slap really fucking well. Now, I know I kind of went through this in, the emergency podcast. We glazed through it, but we're going to break this down for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fucking craziest shit because I, first off, have to just, let's pull up that clip, just because let's get familiar with it. Because it's hard to fucking... We gotta watch this uncensored moment.
Who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated.
Right there. Okay, we'll pause that. Right there, the whole comedian. I didn't watch the Oscars. Let's be honest, but Chris Rock was going through the crowd roast. It was like it's roast sessions. He's doing he probably watched some Jeff Ross. He's watched some roast. He's like, all right, so keep it light and entertaining. He's roasting wives, wife and husbands. He's roasting the people that showed up at the event at the gala. It's very nonchalant what a comedian does. This crowd work. If you haven't heard, crowd work is like when you talk to the audience and it's playful fun, and then the comedian usually pretends to be like a dick, kind of. This is all very normal.
If she loses, he can't win.
He's dying, they cut to the crowd. He's dying laughing. The girl's kind of uncomfortable, but she's kind of like, okay, it is what it is. Like it's just an uncomfortable thing because you can't win when you're a wife, when your wife's mad. But she's playing that she's happy, right? This is right before the big scene, and she did and she knee slapped because it's funny at the end. It's funny, right?
That Will Smith wins, but
okay, let's rewind that shit to look at it. Praying Will Smith wins. See, so he already set up Will Smith to be the nigga. He's the guy, right? He's the guy. He's going to win. He probably flipped through the thing and said, Will Smith's going to win. So he's dying. The room he's killing. Chris Rock is killing right now. It's funny. Everyone's laughing. Everyone's having fun. Will Smith, it pans over to Will Smith. He's like, oh, okay. He's playing the I may not win guy. He's like, I'm humble guy. He's a good actor. He's a good actor, but they all know that he's winning because he's got the front row seat.
I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
No, we got to run.
Jada, I love you. Jada. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
Now, for the people that don't know, G.I. Jane is a movie. Who's the girl that shaved her head? It was very controversial at the time, but it was a movie, G.I. Jane. It wasn't that big. It was kind of like a nonchalant movie. Like it didn't do very well numbers. It was a very obscure reference, right? But the girl, I think it was it could have been Gwyneth Paltrow. One of those white girls shaved her head, and she had very good hair at the time. And Hollywood it was a story for Hollywood in a span of a week. It was probably on TMZ. G.I. Jane, she shaved her head for the role, right? Now, we'll break this down because what's her name suffering from? Alopecia? Something alopecia. She's Jada Pinkett Smith. She's suffering from actual hair loss. It's a thing. that she's open about. She talked about. She actually had a video of her showing like her receding hairline, and it's I mean, my shit's receding too now. Everybody in the comments, feel free to roast the shit out of me. My LeBron James hairline push, but you know what I'm saying? I look like Bruce Willis. I actually got a joke too. When next time I go to the barber shop, the motherfucker just straight up, he asks me, yo, do you want the Rock cut? Do you want the Bruce Willis cut, or do you want the Jason Statham cut? It's just all bald men, because that's all I got. The guy, he doesn't even say anything to me when I go there. I just sit down and he tries his best. So my barber starts sweating like he's trying to cut the wires on the ball. He's just like, okay, I can't. He doesn't even put the blade to my shit. He just kind of slices and gets my hair just a little bit of a decent lineup. It's like what's the shitty fucking the Baltimore Ravens or something, and just a bad line. I got a bad line. I'm not a very big football fan, but I don't know if the Ravens are doing good this year, but just a bad line. I just got a bad line. Just the Lions, the Detroit Lions. Yeah, bad line. But the joke itself is kind of a corny joke, right? It's obscure reference. She's just playing on the fact that she's getting ready for a role, right? It's actually like, if she went along and went, yeah, it's just a role, nothing would happen. She said it was all on Jada Pinkett Smith, right? This whole thing, it's all of actually Will Smith's downfalls ultimately rely on Jada Pinkett Smith. She ruined him, and he's like a cock. He's kind of fruity. You look at him and you go, man, Will Smith used to be that nigga. 50 Cent would say, in high school, Will Smith high school, you was the man, nigga. What the fuck happened to you? What I'm saying? Like, what happened? How did this bitch take your soul from you? Like, he's not really a man. He's like a shell of a man. He's just like, I'm Will Smith, right? Like, it's like he has to constantly tell himself like he's you're fucking Will Smith, dude. You Fresh Prince, bruh. Independence Day, dog. Men in Black. It's all three of them, you know what I'm saying? Bad Boys, bro. What are we saying here? You're fucking Will Smith. You just won an Oscar, you got Oscars on Oscars on Oscars, dog. How can you let your wife get out like that? How can you let your wife like just fuck around and then come on her podcast? Like, her shit is a shitty fucking podcast too. The best part of her podcast is like, I cheated on you, Will. That was it. That's not even really content. That's just a therapy session. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't start the roasting session for Jada Pinkett Smith, but hold on, let's fucking start let's play that fucking roasting session music right now. I don't even have it. I was gonna play something, but it would take away from the roast. This bitch looked like she fucking Mr. Clean, bald head, bitch. You know what I'm saying? This bitch looked like she could, she looks like she looks like her mates fucking shoe shine her fucking head. You know what I'm saying? This bitch sucked so much soul out of Will Smith. She lost her hair. You know what I'm saying? She like Will Smith. She got Will Smith's balls, and subsequently his hair loss, male pattern baldness gene, because she sucked so much shit from him. And here's the thing. This is what a woman does when she's in power, right? If a woman's in power, she's not happy. Ultimately, Will Smith is never going to be happy until he gets Jada Pinkett in line. And all she needs to do is the same way he slapped Chris Rock. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. He's probably got to slap Jada Pinkett Smith, because Jada Pinkett Smith seems like the type of person to say, Will Smith, you're not getting that Xbox. What, babe? We have literally millions of dollars in cash right here. Like, we got cash right here. These are $1 million checks. $1 million checks that I've yet to cash. I got a stack full of money, baby. I want the new Xbox. Can I get the new PlayStation? What about the Nintendo Switch? You know, the Switch Plus. Please, please, baby. And she's like, no. She probably just sits back and she just goes, no. And he goes like why though? Like Jaden got my son Jaden got the new Xbox, and I want to play Xbox with him. Please, babe. You got another role to prepare for, baby. I feel like that's how the dynamic is. Like, why are you liking other girls' Instagram photos, Will Smith? Like, I bet his shit's monitored. I bet she monitors his Instagram activity, bro. And it's like, yo, like that. And then all he has to say is like, hey, didn't you, like, aren't you still sleeping with, like, another man or something like that? And she just blows up and goes, Will, you're on thin ice, Will. And, you know, and she's probably just sitting back on her throat, kind of like the witch queen, you know, the witch queen. You know, and I don't even know. It's just the reference. It's just a queen, but she's like an evil witch. She seems like an evil witch. I wouldn't throw it past Jada Pinkett Smith. I wouldn't throw it past her if she has like a cauldron and she's kind of like or a voodoo doll of Will, and she's just like, Will, don't make me hurt this doll. And he's like, please, babe, I don't need the Xbox. She's like, I'm just gonna do it. And she just starts sticking pins in the doll, and Will Smith's back starts hurting. But I digress. Let's get back into this. We'll go back into this.
Smith wins, like, please.
Sorry.
Lord.
Chris Rock has no idea. He's coming in blindfold.
G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
You know, Will Smith right now is laughing. He's laughing hard. He's dying. He's like, yo, that was good. It's a genuine laugh. It's not like a, I'm gonna fuck somebody up. It was like a, oh man, you know, when you lick the teeth and you hold your, because you're like, oh man, I shouldn't be laughing. He was doing the, oh man, oh boy, I'm not gonna look over yet. I could know my wife's probably not gonna feel it. And then it cuts back to Chris Rock. At some point in time, he's looking at his wife, and his wife's doing the dagger eyes. These are the dagger eyes. As far as when you're a married couple, or you got a girl for at least a couple of years, you can sense that there's one look that she'll give you that most people can't really even pick up on. It's just a girl. But if you've been with your girl for a while, you can pick up that she's giving you the eyes, right? Now, I personally, and we're off topic again, I personally like the eyes, the dagger eyes, because I'm creative, like Chris Rock, ultimately. I'm funny and creative and humorous enough to think on the fly and not give a shit. It's the Sigma male mindset that I've been blessed with. I have gotten into girls where they're like, looking at me and they're like, you fucking asshole. And like, yo, I've told girls like, yo, I'm cheating and shit, but then I can turn it around, right? You can turn it around. There's always a way out. It's like a maze. You can either paint yourself into a corner where you're fucked, or you're just constantly just building this elaborate maze where she doesn't even know where it's going, and she's kind of like also intrigued by it. And you just hit her with a couple of jokes to laugh it off, and then it's like you just go and you just keep moving on, right? Now, play this shit, play. So we'll get into it. He's laughing.
That was a nice one.
Now he could probably he's probably, because he's evading the eye contact, trying to get to the overall audience. Now Will Smith's wife, Will Smith's probably still laughing. He's just recognizing it. Chris Rock had to have said in his head, well, he ran through in his head, he's like, fuck, you know, they're doing the talk, and he's like, I fucked up. But he's like, he kind of stumbled through that. He said, yeah, it was a good one. It wasn't too bad. Like, and she's probably right now, like, because they didn't pan back to her. She is losing her shit. So they're kind of like, oh boy, little boy.
Okay, I'm out here.
He said, I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. Where's my light? I'm out here. You know, this podcast has been kind of fucked a couple episodes. You know, your boy constantly constantly taking breaks, but we gonna break this shit down. So he said, I'm out here, right? He's like, I'm out here. Now, if you don't know, this is for white people, and people that aren't black. When a black guy goes like, I'm out here, it's like, yeah, I'm out here, man, do something. It's like it's the pull up. It's the what you gonna do? You know, it's like, so I don't know, man. To be honest, I don't know if Chris Rock wanted to smoke. Because it seemed like right at that point, that was
a nice one.
That was a nice one. He did that was a nice one. Like there's a nice one. So we're gonna break it down so much, and this is literally a less than a minute and 30 seconds. We'll break that down again because you guys can see it. I'm probably, if I put this up there, it's part of the Guardian News. It's part of ABC. It's fucking Dynasty. But we're breaking down the voice clip. Ultimately, I can't. I have no idea how to even add. I don't know how to add the video and picture.
That was a nice one. Okay.
Nice one. I cut it. Yeah. I'm out here.
Richard.
See, now this whole scene is like about 2 seconds of him walking up. He's walking up with "I'ma fuck you up." Now, he's still laughing. Chris Rock is still laughing. He's still laughing. He's laughing now. He's face to face with him. He's like an inch. He's like this in the microphone. He's still laughing. Now, I think, honestly, Chris Rock didn't give a fuck. That's the ultimate not giving a fuck. I'm laughing in your face. Now, he took that side. We gotta rewind that shit. Oh my god. It never gets old. It's so good. Because one, who slaps niggas nowadays? And two, he slapped a guy. It was open palm, kind of probably with the edge of his palm. So he came down on it like it was. I seen somebody break it down. Another guy on YouTube broke it down saying like he learned that shit in a set. That's like a Karate Kid, Jaden Smith movie. That's like because very few people know how to throw a punch, right? And when you throw a punch, you get down, you square your knees, you square your knees up into your shoulders, exactly the same. You get down, twist, you get down, come up and twist and come back down. It's like a big motion. It's like a big motion to punch. Now, he did a punch motion with his slap. Now, that was a badass slap. That was a very fucking badass slap. But he should have closed his fist on that one. Because if he was that mad as he was acting, it would have been a fight. It would have been you punch that guy and then walk off. You sock Chris Rock if you're Will Smith. But it's an act. I think this whole thing, because he thought the joke was good, but now he's got his wife. His wife was mad, so he's still in that weird. I don't give a fuck. He's like playing Hancock. He's like, okay, this is a Hancock scene. All right, Will Smith, go, and you walk up. I don't care. I'm the asshole, right? He smacks. Dude, you smacking? People have to die if you get smacked. 100 years ago, people died. You know what I'm saying? In 1922, if someone slaps you in front of people, in front of like the kingdom, almost, if you will, 200-300 years ago, if someone slaps you in the castle in the kingdom when y'all having a fucking big gala, bruh, y'all having a sword fight that day, y'all having a duel fight. It's you're getting the javelins and the horse. You're on the fucking horse, dog, and you fucking fighting to death, dude. So we'll that shit again because he's I'm out here, and he's pulling up, right? That was a, but it even made us. It was like he got good palm. So it was a bit, It was a big. It was a big palm. It was like the rough part of your palm. It wasn't like a. It was. He hit Chris Rock's jaw, and Chris Rock took it and came back up real quick. And Chris Rock had the I'm ready, right? Like for more. He's like, wow, dude. He started doing the lean back, right? Oh shit, my shit fire. We gotta take a break. All right, sorry about that, guys. We'll get back into this. Fire alarm just stopped. It was interrupted my flow, so you know your boy has to rewind that video. You know your boy. I was in the moment. I was breaking everything down. So let's run off. It's literally a minute and 30 seconds, but we gonna stretch this shit out.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Huh?
Chris Rock right now, you know.
Yeah, Baldem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win.
He was on the subject of awkward couples, right? He's on the subject of like rocky relationships. He had a whole slew of shit.
Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Now, Jada Smith is dressed in some kimono. She looks like she's like a Bond villain, right? She's dressed in all green, which is kind of, it's the power is, the power and greed is green, right? And she's just like, she rolls her eyes. Now, Will Smith doesn't see this. He's dying laughing, right? Chris Rock goes, come on.
That was a nice one. Okay.
It's a nice one.
I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Dude, that's such a good line. It's such a good line. Like, it's like, it's the you got knocked the fuck out. My Chris Tucker, bro. Chris Rock and Chris, and I say this, and we'll keep it paused for a little bit. I say this all the time, guys. I go, Chris Rock, Chris Tucker, they're both so good. They're exceptional black, funny guys. Because, like, off the cuff shit, when someone gets knocked out and he runs up on him, he made the movie Friday. It was fucking so good, Chris Tucker. And Chris Rock, it parallels. It's the black guy yelling out some shit, like, in the movie Neighbors with Seth Rogen. Was such a good movie because Gerard Carmichael was so dope in that, where it was like some fucked up shit happened, some dude got knocked out, and he was on the mic DJing, and Gerard Carmichael, I think it was Gerard Carmichael, or it was a guy that looked like him, was like, somebody better call 911, and it's just things that just should be said, like everyone's thinking it, but it's just you need that one random black guy to say it. And dude, after getting slapped, let's run that shit back. Oh no, here comes Willie. Wow. He stepped back and it was like, that's it, right?
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Like, that's a literal second to think about this. Like, it's like, what angle could you have? He could have did anything. He could have been like, yo, I'm gonna sue, and that's not funny. He could have went the route like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up, man. After the show, he could have went. And that's not funny either. I bet throughout his whole thing, he's like, the best thing to do is just to be still the guy that's just like, oh well, I just got this shit slapped out of me, right? Wow, Will Smith just slapped this shit. Like, even everybody probably can process what was going on, but the fact that even Chris Rock's like shrugged off getting slapped by a man, like, that's some poise, charisma, nothing but like respect goes out to Chris Rock, because that is like the best way to handle getting slapped. It's like, yo, you just slapped me, bro. Like, is that a thing? Like, you don't register a slap, but back in the day, people died over shit like that, right? But now you laugh at it. It's like a meme. You're a meme Will Smith. You're just a walking meme. Your wife cheats on you. You slap men that make fun of your wife's balding features. You're basically sleeping with a fucking man. She wears the pants, dog. It's nothing but respect for how Chris Rock handled it. Because, to be honest, a motherfucker if someone slapped me, I'd just go, like, I slap myself to wake up. Like, I'll be driving, I'll be sleeping, I'll just slap myself as hard as Will Smith. I'll start smacking the shit out of myself, right? It's you know, as a man, you just don't someone throws hands, you ball up that fist, then it's a little bit different. But to slap, it's like to expect something from getting slapped. He slapped him and walked away, and he walked off. And Will Smith tried to play it, but, like, yo, who slaps people nowadays? It's just a weird angle.
Will Smith
Just smacked the shit out of me, and that got a laugh. It got a really good laugh. Like, people that weren't really like with the time to process like, I would have been like, yo, I would have still been in there, like, trying to be like, yo, is this a bit? Is this, like, I would be still, like, because I think a lot. Like, I kind of sometimes overthink things, but I'd be in the crowd like, yo, what the fuck? I'd be like, I'd be like, yo, Chris Rock, you want me to fuck this guy up right now, bro? Yo, he just ruined your set and shit, bro. Like, yo, there's no security at this motherfucking function. All of these elite people, all of the Hollywood elite, the finest of literally Oscars, the actors, all of the fucking directors and movie production guys, staff, all the best of the best are showed up to the Oscars wearing the most fanciest, expensive shit. You can't. Well, is there no security? Can motherfuckers just get robbed at the Oscars? Because I'm pulling up with that mask, bro, with the ski mask, and I'm just going to start looting. Because, yo, if Will Smith can go around slapping motherfuckers, you know I can go around jacking motherfuckers there, you know what I'm saying? But, okay.
Get my name out your fucking mouth.
Now, see, right there is like, everybody's still not really getting it. Everyone, this is like no one in that room, because it pans back to Will Smith. Will Smith's dead ass right now. Will Smith's like, yo, I am going to, like, if you bought it, Chris Rock, like, I'm about to fucking throw down. He has the look. Like, it's like, please don't make me do this, because my wife's gonna make me. My wife already made me do this. Please don't make me do this, Chris Rock, 'cause I don't want to have to kill. I don't have to kill the guy that was in Grown Ups with Adam Sandler, bro. He's giving that look right now. The girl behind him, I think it's Lupita. There's like some white chick too. She's laughing. They're all laughing. Everyone's like, shit, that was crazy. Wow. Oh, a Kanye West moment. That's what everyone else is thinking. Everyone else is like, they're still blown back by it now.
Wow, dude.
Wow. See, the wow, dude, is a good response. Great. It's the perfect thing. Okay. I mean, I'm telling you, I didn't even sleep last night. I didn't get no sleep. I came home, shaved really quick, cut my shit up. I cut my face up because I was like, I can't wait to do this. Because thinking about it all day at work, I'm just like, oh man, this is so fucking juicy. It's 10 times better than Jesse Smollett and 100 times better than the Capitol. Way better than what Kyle Rittenhouse did. The Travis Scott shit, and if this is because it's right now, right? Obviously. Okay, where was I again? Oh yeah, okay. The wow dude is perfect. The wow dude is it's like, wow, bro. What are you doing, bro? Like it's the perfect thing to an overreaction. It's the perfect sentence to just like, yo, wow, dude. Like, whoa. Like, I hit I would sometimes make fun of like my brothers and my sisters or something, and my family, and it's ultimately why I'm not invited to the cookout no more, because my roasts hit, I guess, too close to home. I roast motherfuckers, and the thing is, I roast me just as hard. I roast myself. I'm like, yo, and they laugh, and then they go at me. And I'm like, yo, that's funny as shit. And fuck, you got that one. Okay, I'm gonna go cry. I'm gonna go home and cry. But it's a joke, right? It's still the joking atmosphere. But you keep it going, And sometimes when you go too hard, and then it's a visceral reaction. Like one time I said some shit to my brother, and he pulled up to my mom's house when I was living at my mom's one time, and he wanted to fight me. Like it was like, yo, it's over. We gonna have a wrestling match or some shit, and I'm gonna choke your ass out. And I was just like, oh wow, dude. Like I was just smoking weed with my buddies, talking shit over text. Like we were just talking shit. Like you can't chill tonight, bro. You bitch. Like it was that type of shit. It was like, yeah, you a pussy. And he pulled up and we fought and we wrestled, and to that day, I mean, it was at that point like it was like a terror in our relationship almost, because ever since then, you know, he's trying to get up on me, or I was trying to get up on him, and there was that underlying thing where I mean, as brothers, you're always fighting. But I just remember going like, oh, his ego was bruised, or oh, his shit was like, it's like when you're just cracking jokes and you're constantly just cracking jokes, at the end of the day, every shit talk is just a shit talk. And if you can't roast, don't. If you can't roast, don't talk shit. There's a lot of people that just can't talk shit. And there's a lot of people that can't make jokes. And there's a lot of people that just are in that realm of like, my ego's more important than my body, so I will fuck. And I think ultimately ego in Will Smith is bar none. It's just like he has to protect that, which is ultimately the weirdest thing, because he went into his wife's fucking podcast and let that shit out. Like his wife's like, I haven't had respect for you in years. Like, and Will Smith's like, yeah. He's like, I cheated on you. Will Smith's like, yeah. And you know what? I don't even think Jaden's yours. And Will Smith's like, yeah. And then the memes start, right? That is like, not okay. Like that's the nuclear bomb, right? Those are the nukes that they set off themselves. They set off nukes in they're like America, bruh. These motherfuckers setting off nukes in their backyards and shit. And and here's the thing: it's not even Pearl Harbor. What Chris Rock hit him with? Chris Rock hit him with a couple of goons just coming through to steal some fucking. Chris Rock came in to steal some fucking Rogaine from the CVS, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, it ain't even that bad. What he said, bro, it's a obscure reference, so a lot of people are like, G.I. Jane probably didn't even know about it. The only people that are like really happy about that joke are the people that were in the movie G.I. Jane and the producers of the shit. You know what I mean? The people that made that are like, oh great, you know, 10 more people are gonna watch G.I. Jane, dude. This is gonna double our profits of what we made. No one. At this point, everyone still thinks it's a joke, right? People are like, that's funny. Yeah, keep my name on. That's a fucking funny thing. Will Smith's fucking doing the overreaction. He's being the overreacting guy.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
It was a G.I. Jane joke, Will Smith. You're gonna slap. So all of the memes of your wife's bald ass head and Mr. Clean, spit shine, shoe shine, bitch ass head, all of your bitch's head jokes, you know, it should look like a fucking futuristic dome. It's just so bald. All of those jokes, that means you're gonna have to slap me. You're gonna have to slap half of the internet. You're gonna have to slap literally almost everybody. And I bet her friends say the same shit to her. Like, bitch, just put a wig on with your bald ass. It has to be. That's what black people do. Black people make fun of each other in that mean way. We took literally the worst word to call us, N-word, and we made it like, nigga, what's up? That's what it is. You can't not be black. You can't choose not to be black and choose to be black at the same time, because you did some real nigga shit right there. And that's a nigga moment. And we're going to break down what a nigga moment is. You know, I'll pull up the clip of the Boondocks in a sec. But to be honest, it's like, bro, it's a G.I. Jane joke. It's such an obscure reference, and it's like one of it was a side pat to what the real fucking joke was with the two couples, where at the end of the day, that is more like what he said at that to preface it. So it's genius as far as, I didn't realize how well Chris Rock was as far as comedic standards go. Like, He might be better than Dave Chappelle at this point. To just that clear of a message, it's so funny. What Dave Chappelle did with the transgender thing in the last Netflix special, it was brilliant. But I think this is like obscurely genius topic that anyone in the world, if you have a certain IQ, it's a masterpiece. It flowed so well together, this whole thing. It's literally a minute and 30 seconds, and it's the greatest fucking thing for Chris Rock. Because I just realized, like, thinking in my head, I'm like, I thought it was a great moment for everybody, but I think it's terrible for Will. In the sense that 48 Laws of Power, you don't ever want to overreact. You don't ever want to get mad, because once you show your true emotions, people look at you as a weak individual. And if I'll be damned if anyone thought Will Smith was a strong black man, because he looked weak. He looked weak for years with his wife, and I don't want to get it off topic too much, so we'll get back into this. But it's a G.I. Jane joke, bro. Like the wow, dude, prefaced up with it's a G.I. Jane joke, dog. Like, what else do you got? Hit him with it, Will. That's just now no one's laughing. Everyone knows he's melting down. Will Smith had the meltdown of like, this is what gets Kanye West in the mental hospital. This type of shit is what gets Britney Spears with her thing. I always forget it. Her contradiction. No, not contradiction. Her controlism, whatever the fuck Britney Spears is under, her conservatorship. This is what, made Amy Winehouse not go to rehab type shit. This is the type of shit where it's like, yo, you gotta act right, Will Smith. And if you acted right, like even yelling, you just let your wife be mad. Sometimes people need to be mad. All Chris Rock did is make a joke. Followed, and there was a tagged joke on to those two other couples that were both nominated for two different categories or whatever. And he said, like, he wants the guy obviously wants the woman to win because he can't be the only winner, or they have to both win. He's like saying it that it's a tricky situation when you're with your wife and you're both nominated for something, and if you come out winning, you're not going to hear the end of it because your wife's going to be mad and kind of jealous, and it's that whole dynamic. It's fucking phenomenally like observant. It's a phenomenal observation, and is tagged up with the. Is tagged up with the, oh yeah, by the way, this bitch ball. It's actually one of the great, dude, I am now fucking, like, because if it hit so close to home that it made Will Smith laugh. Dude, you guys gotta understand, he was laughing. Watch the video. He was laughing. And his wife was like, Will, you're fucked for laughing at this shit. And he was like, wait a minute, I gotta fucking save my ass because I want some pussy tonight. Slap you. I bet Will Smith had the he gave Chris Rock the because he's that slick to just wink at Chris Rock, and Chris Rock just took it in stride, right? So
Okay.
see, right there he said I could he was wanted to say I could go in. He's like, I literally took it soft as fuck. He said before he got slapped, before Will Smith came and walked up, he said, right, that's it. It's just I mean, like, you have to light, right? It's not too bad. All right, anyways, he's like, it's not that bad. Because he got off of it real quick. He was dancing around it like I do with real dance talk. I do real fucking in the weeds shit that for some reason no one really minds. I can get into like Alex Jones conspiracies and shit, and people are pretty cool with it. because I think they know I'm joking. But Will Smith knew he was joking until he seen his wife and went, oh no, wait, that hit too close to home. I gotta go defend my wife's honor. But it's like, yo, I want to know now specifically. I want to know Chris Rock's shit. I want to know what he had in the fuck, because every comedian, especially nowadays, has the jokes that literally are killer jokes, but are so offensive. Like, I got a couple that are so offensive, like that literally, if one or two people didn't like it, it ruins your life. You can literally, like, the jokes like that end up getting you in fucking jail and shit. But not like that, but Twitter jail, or you get banned from certain things. But Chris Rock's next special he's got to have a special. Chris Rock's got to have something, because it's gonna be just let it think about it for a second. And preface this with the Richard Pryor. After Richard Pryor got, he was found out for smoking. He was freebasing crack cocaine or whatever. He was smoking coke or freebasing. He was doing something. But he ended up smoking coke or something, and he had his hair on fire, and he was running down the street, and it was on the news. And that was it was bad publicly, but it was kind of funny, right? And everyone's making fun of Richard Pryor. Oh, Richard Pryor. Oh, Richard Pryor. When he dropped that joke in his special where he lit up a match and people, y'all think I heard them jokes, right? Was Richard Pryor, what's that? Richard Pryor running down the street. That solidified Richard Pryor's moment of greatness. Because obviously he's still great. He's great. But that one joke, to take literally probably the worst thing going on at the time, the biggest Achilles heel, and to turn it. And I think Chris Rock has the ability to take he got slapped on national TV. Everybody knows about it. Everybody's making fun of it. Everybody's like, you got slapped. Everyone's laughing. Everyone's da 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 da. He's hearing it constantly. He's tossing it. You can't sleep after that. You can't sleep after getting slapped. You go, you can play it off, but at the end of the day, it still rolls in your mind. It's a fucking thing where you wake up and you just punch air and shit. And he's like, dude, he's probably sitting back. He's got pages and pages of notes and jokes and tags and punches and one-liners for this. And I bet it's going to come off similar to whatever he says when he does finally say something. I don't know if he did. I should check the news, but we'll save that for another podcast. If he does actually come back with it, something like, it would be really fucking funny. He needs to do something like maybe get on SNL and do a skit. It's gonna be great, because I could just imagine it's gonna be that big of a joke with the Richard Pryor lighting his hair on fire. What was that Richard Pryor light? It's that big, and I truly believe that Chris Rock has the abilities to, it would solidify him as one of the, he would probably bump Dave, because Dave Chappelle's looked at as the GOAT right now. But I think if Chris Rock drops that joke, it is greater than any trans thing that Dave Chappelle's done in the last. It's greater than any fucking I went to Africa and y'all thought I was smoking. It's great because it's so real, and it's so like you're at the bottom and you got to come back. And Chris Rock might have the greatest comeback. Shouts out to Soulja Boy, but Chris Rock might have the greatest comeback of 2022, because the year's not over. It's just beginning, baby. But we might as well finish this, and then we're gonna go into we're gonna dissect a whole lot of shit, right? The uncensored moment.
That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Great, slid off of him like a duck. And to be honest, if you're Will Smith right now and you're like, dude, like, you just slapped a man, and he's still like going, like, I just slapped a man. Like, what goes on in your head when you just sit down? It's like, psh, tell me I won the Oscar, right?
Okay.
Like he's like, okay. He even like got a little flustered at the end. He's like, oh, we're presenting the we're giving away a documentary. Sorry, we're giving away an Oscar. Will Smith. Let's type in Will Smith's speech. He starts crying.
This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying.
He's good. This is
winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and Sanaya and Demi and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew of King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family.
Is that Venus or Serena? She's like, yo, what the fuck? He's kind of pulling it off.
Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things. This is a beautiful moment.
Oh, fuck. Didn't really go into. Fuck these ads.
Shortcomings are
fucking ads, man. We did the ad podcast already.
To do what we do, you gotta be able to take abuse. You gotta be able to have.
Bro,
people
it's
talk
literally a
crazy about
joke,
you.
dude. It's not
In
abuse.
this business, you gotta be able to have people disrespecting you.
Your wife's fucking another
You
man.
gotta smile and you gotta pretend like that's okay. I wanna be a vessel for love.
This is an insane twist. It's a spin that the media is so well at doing
And
this.
Serena, I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of that kind of love and care and concern. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees.
Yo, he should have just said, you know what, Chris Rock, I was out of line. It would have solidified his moment if he just said, Chris Rock, I was out of line, but you don't mess with a man's wife or something like that. But like, yo, to be honest, man, that was a spin that you like. I think Will Smith, to be honest, that slap set black people back like 10 years, dog. It set us back a little bit because we'll go into a nigga moment. It's Boondocks, a nigga moment. Two niggas accidentally bumped into each other.
Watch where you walking, nigga. Hey, what you say, nigga?
Watch closely. You're about to experience a nigga moment. Webster defines the nigga moment as a moment when ignorance overwhelms the mind of an otherwise logical Negro male,
What did you say, bitch, nigga? Hey, squeeze it, nigga.
causing him to
They
act
both
in
pulled
an
out guns.
illogical, self-destructive manner, i.e., like a nigga. Nigga moments are unpredictable.
Hey, wait, man, wait. This is stupid. Hey, you right, dawg. Look, let's put the guns away and go on about our business. Freeze!
Oh, in the bag. If they had their own category, nigga moments would be the third leading killer of black men behind pork chops and FEMA.
FEMA.
It's a fact. Now let's see how a nigga moment affects a white man.
Watch where you walking, bitch.
What did you... Wait a minute. I'm white.
It's such a good clip. It's such a good clip. But shouts out to Boondocks, by the way. Yo, if you guys haven't seen any of those episodes, I'd say start with the nigga moment and just go from there. It is a fucking good show, but enough promotions and ads for other shows. We're on the weekend show. Will Smith had a nigga moment, right? And to be honest, Chris Rock was in the white mode. He was presenting the Oscars. He is talking like a call guy, with the dreadlocks. And hey guys, how's it going? The Netflix movie you guys probably seen. It's available on Netflix. You talk white, and then somehow you're getting a promotion. Somehow you're getting sales calls. Somehow you're getting people calling back. Chris Rock was in that mode. Chris Rock had a goal, and he to do the Oscars, and he kept through even when a nigga slapped him, right? And to be honest, man, Will Smith is the kind of like the downfall, right? I talked to my mom about this shit. I asked her, I said, how would you, she's like, yeah, it's great. He's defended his honor. Like, that's what a man should do, right? He defended her honor. But I asked my mom, I'm like, what do you think went down after, like, as being a woman from her perspective? And I was like, you think Will Smith is in the dog? She's like, he's definitely in the doghouse. He's definitely in the doghouse. Like, you shouldn't have fucking slapped. You don't slap Chris Rock in front of everybody. Like, it literally is the biggest meme now. It's the biggest meme. Bald head bitch, and crazy wildin' husband. That's what it is. To get, like, it could have just died at the joke. You could have let it sit there with just a joke that would have been offensive, and you could have just said, "Hey, let's cancel Chris Rock." You could have played the victim, but you got your slap in. So now it's like everybody, like, it took maybe a couple of million people to watch that, and it would have been maybe a bump up, maybe 2, 3, 4 million people, with 3 or 4 times. It's now about 100 million. That clip alone that I showed, the slap clip, in one day it's got like 63 million views. And that's not something easy to do. That's not like, because that's literally just a clip of it. And there's so many other clips with millions and millions of views. All in all, hundreds of millions of people worldwide, and if not watched it, physically watching it, hundreds of millions of people all around the world know this. They all know what's going on. They watch, and you can get the clips, and you can watch what's going on, and you can go, some people diagnose this as a fake. It's like a setup. But the way Chris Rock was bumbling and kind of stumbling over words, not really, he was dancing around the fact because he kind of could sense it in the room. It was not scripted. There's no way that was scripted. No way. There's no way that was scripted. Just because the slap itself was loud and it looked like it hurt, but Chris Rock played it off like, hey, he didn't go like, oh shit, man. He didn't do none of that. He wasn't rubbing his face. He wasn't like, oh man, he didn't look like it was red. He's black, he's dark skin, but it didn't look like, there's no like palm imprint or nothing. It was a solid, like, dirt off, water off a duck's back, right? It just slid off. He slid it off. And just to break it down, like, Chris Rock up, right? Yeah, I say this all the time. Chris Rock up, I think. Will Smith, somehow, he turned that around because he won the Oscar. It's wild to even imagine when you slap a motherfucker, and then 10 minutes later you're getting an Oscar and you play the "I've been tested." It's a Hail Mary pass, right? It's why we started this podcast. There's a reason why we do things here at the Weekend Show. He is a Hail Mary to cry, and he pulled out the cry really well. We believe it. He's a great actor. Will Smith is a great actor. Let's not get, bar none, he's way better actor than Chris Rock. Chris Rock couldn't act like that. Chris Rock in that scene was him. Chris Rock. He's like, dude, I'm a joke teller, bro. It's just a G.I. Jane joke, dog. But Will Smith got into the role of like, don't fuck with my family. to be honest, I only fuck with my dude. Will Smith in interviews with like Jaden Smith, his own son goes like I fuck his girlfriends and shit. I don't give a fuck. 22-year-old bitches I'm fucking. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking all the girls he don't want. I'm pulling up. That he say shit like that. It's in his character to just fucking little. He fucks around with Jaden Smith's videos and shit. Jaden Smith dropped that video like 5-6 years ago, and then he trolling his own son on it. Like it's all good. It's all kid and play when you are doing that shit. Will, it's all good when you making fun of your own family and shit. And people watch shit. People, you don't think like when you get millions of views worldwide and you're this larger than life celebrity and you're doing podcasts with your wife talking about how she's cheating on you, you don't think people talk. People talk. That's what they do. And people are going to talk about this for years to come. This is actually a turnaround as far as if you watch the ratings go. It was going down. Now this is the spike up. So this is like where you start to invest in like the Oscars. If the Oscars had stock, you would see a graph of like it going down constantly throughout the years. And this year, for some reason, it's a special moment where it's going up. It's skyrocketing up. People are more interested now in the Oscars than ever. There's so many comments in that same video that I scrolled through saying like, dude, I didn't even know I personally didn't know the Oscars was on until I scrolled through Instagram and seen 50 Cent wild and laughing at how fucking Chris Rock got the shit slapped out of him, But to be really fair about this, if your wife really felt a certain way, and I mean this deep from the bottom of my heart, and I mean like, because women are very insecure about their looks. It's a thing. It's just what it is. If she was really that concerned, put on a wig. And if you don't want to put on a wig, wear a hat. Just don't call attention to your fucking bald head. If that's real, you're wearing your bald head. You're coming in with bald head. That's just what it is. So Chris Rock's scanning the room like, who's getting this roast? He's looking for material. He knows that he can't just write something, because by the time it's scripted and it comes out, the room is different. People don't show up, or someone switched seats. You can't write to the room of these people. He's a professional comic, so he probably went on for like maybe 10 minutes. Said, I'm just gonna, I got some stuff that I want to talk about. He probably had a whole lot of shit that he wanted to talk about, but he's like, dude, I'm just gonna play to the room this day. And he's seen, Jada Smith's fucking Mr. Clean looking ass bald. And she's wearing, like, he probably had 1,000 jokes on just the kimono alone. Like, dog, look at what did your girl wear? Why is she dressed up like a fucking Tekken character? Why does she look like she's about to get into Street Fighter? She looks like she's like a fucking mob boss in an Atari game, bruh. Your wife looks like she sheathes the sword. She unsheathes a sword and starts slicing apples or some shit. That's what your wife... Why does your wife... Like, just based off that shit alone, dog. And if Will Smith wants to slap me, I say pull up, bro. Because I swear, if you can't... unguarded, hands down, slap a man and he's not at least falling under his ass, you got... Literally, you put your back into that slap, dog. And if he ain't falling down, dude. You know that. You're like, dude, what the fuck? Dude, I just slapped the shit out of Chris Rock and he went back into material? Yo, Will Smith probably is like, he's probably just got the crying out because he's like, dude, I don't know what Chris Rock is capable of. I slapped the shit out of a guy that I thought was, I thought he was the Madagascar nigga. I thought shit was sweet. I thought he was that little, the fucking, was the the giraffe from fucking Madagascar. I thought shit was sweet. I thought I was gonna lay his ass out with that slap, bro. I came down on the slap, and he fucking if you got, obviously you had to have seen it by now. I mean, I just played it, but throughout once he gets slapped, he came down on him, you know, and with Chris Rock was like, it was like this weird, like, he was at an L shape. It didn't even really make sense how we got back. Like, it was like one of those halfway, he's about to fall and he got back up like the Undertaker. And he got back up like, okay, is this? And then Will Smith was already walking. So, like, that's gotta fuck with your head if you smack the shit out of somebody and they don't, like, fall down. They don't even break stride in the material that they're doing. He's like, dude, it's a G.I. Jane joke. Chill, bruh. Big dude, man, bruh. You know what I mean? It's a G.I. Jane joke. I got a lot more. You know? That's what it's like. It's almost like he didn't think of it. Imagine if when Kanye West took this thing from Taylor Swift, because Kanye West came up, took the shit from Taylor Swift, and Kanye West even said this throughout the interviews in the recent years. He said, dude, I really felt bad for what I did to Taylor Swift when I realized that when I gave her the mic back, she didn't keep going with the, oh, thanks a lot, Kanye. You know, what a I guess that's why you have this song called maybe he did that after the I'm an Asshole song. But it's like he had a whole slew of like, I'm just, you know, I'm not a toxic male masculinity, you know, toxic masculinity. That's what Kanye West was. Okay, you know, toxic men coming through. All Taylor Swift had to do to run that shit is, oh, you know, thanks a lot, Kanye. Well, I guess this was your moment, right? Give the Oscar to Kanye. You know what? Screw Beyonce, Kanye West. You deserve the best video award. Shit like that. You could play it off anyway, and I don't think people really think about like their position. It's a self-actualization in your position in the world. Not a lot of people think about like that, and I think Chris Rock is super secure with his position in the world. I don't even know if Will Smith knows what his position is in the world. He's like this, he's like pretending to be like a good father figure, but like, bro, if you smack, like, imagine if that's your dad. You're the son of Will Smith, right? You're the head in your palm, like, oh my God, my dad just smacked Chris Rock. Like, I don't care who you are, dude. In front of national TV, you're not. Like, it's not, that's not a real nigga moment. Like, I mean, as far as like real, you know, oh, that's what, you know, that's the pull up. No gangster just slaps a guy. Like, that's not like, you don't slap a guy without actually going like, okay, now we gotta fucking either kill him or get ready because he's gonna pull up. That's what gangsters do. Gangsters know this shit, and they're deep and in deep, especially because I don't know about where they're from or anything. I don't know their backgrounds, if they came up rough or they came up good, but lived like Fresh Prince, you know, living good with Uncle Phil. But Will Smith, man, you gotta think about it. Uncle Phil's watching you. Shouts out Uncle Phil. R.I.P. Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil's up there, right? Do you think Uncle Phil would be proud of this? Will. Now ask yourself. Will, you think Uncle Phil has got you? You think Uncle Phil's like, yeah, because he's a lawyer. You know what this shit entails, bro. You assaulted a man on national TV, bro. And I don't mean like, yo, I highly doubt that Chris Rock would do anything because he laughed it off. It literally was the what. It's like, this is a great ratings. Like, that's a good bit. It's a good, like, save. It's a great save. It's a genius comedic move to say that. But, like, everybody around, you know, like Jada even could just file for a divorce on this alone. You can literally lose your wife because of this shit. This is way more exposure than you'll ever get if you just let it die. This is way more exposure than anything if you just said, all right. He could have just did this to Chris Rock. That is literally way better, and it saves face for everybody. If he just let the joke go, okay, or if he just went boo, it's a kind of a funnier play on it. And oh, wacky Will Smith booing Chris Rock, what, over a joke? Was it too far? They can play the tabloids anyway. It could have been so much better, but now it's like Will Smith is willing to slap a guy if anybody, anywhere in public, anytime at all, that's the narrative. That's the I'm going to fight for my wife's honor. And there's a lot of trolls out there, but there's also a lot of motherfuckers that wouldn't mind fighting Will Smith just to be the guy to say I fought Will Smith. Now, security he's gonna afford for the rest of his life for sure, but you still gotta run through the gamut of your mind. Once that slap is over, I set the precedent for any dude, which is literally all of the internet is making fun of this shit. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, sure, some people are on your side. Well, a lot of people are going like, yeah, you did the right thing. But that still is, now you gotta protect the shit out of your wife as far as any online shit goes. Are you gonna fly out to Canada and fuck me up because I made fun of your wife? Because I hope I would love to fuck up Will Smith, bro. Dude, I would be Denzel Washington, your mentor, bro. It's training day to day, dog. I'm gonna fuck up Will Smith, bro, and I'll smoke a pack of cigarettes just to make it even. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young motherfucker. I'm a young bull. Will Smith old and rusty, dog. If Will Smith wants it, because I don't got beef with Will Smith or anything like that, but it's just the precedent that he set alone. It's like keep my wife's name out your mouth. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And I say, bro, you better guard your bitch though. That ain't really your chick, dog. Is it really your chick though? When another nigga, right, up in her, when she said the only person she really truly loved was Tupac, didn't she say some shit like that, dog, though? Didn't she say some shit? Didn't she say some shit like, yo, I never really loved you, bro? How bad is it, though? How bad is your relationship where you literally think you could save your relationship by slapping anybody that talks and it's a shitty joke. It's not even talking shit. It's literally a fucking tag on another joke that Chris Rock had. And now you set the precedent for slapping anybody that comes in close contact with a joke that might offend your wife. You know how many fucking things offend women? All of the cool shit. When a guy says, I'm just gonna hang out with my buddies, that is an offense to a woman. Bruh. Man to man. Will Smith, you probably don't have a lot of real men as friends. And I say this with my buddy Grim all the time. Shouts out to Grim in Vegas, bro. Gonna come visit you one day and we gonna do this podcast, right? We ain't gonna do the live shit. I'm gonna just take a trip. I'm probably gonna fucking book a trip ASAP to Vegas because I feel like I'm about to blow off of this shit. Off the rip, bruh. This shit is gold. That's why I do this shit. Why I make these podcasts. But if you... Grim's, me and we talk about this shit all the time, and I told this nigga, I'm like, yo, some people don't have friends. And I don't mean like your friends, like, okay, let's go hang out at the bar, friends. I mean like solid friends that go, Will Smith, you can't smack a nigga because if you end up smacking every nigga that talks shit about your wife, you're gonna have to smack millions of fucking niggas. You can't fight millions of niggas. I don't care. I don't care if you fucking Rambo in the jungle with a knife, you know, and you're stealthy and shit. I don't care if you're fucking the guy from Halo, bruh. I don't care if you're fucking the Doom nigga. Millions of motherfuckers. One day you're gonna get tired. And you're a human being, bruh. You call up all the security. Security can't work round the clock to fight your battles, dog. And you can't do this shit. You can't just set that, because now every real nigga is like, I might get a shot at Will Smith if I just say this bitch bald. You know, your bitch bald, bro. And this is, I mean, We'll clear the air. We'll reset because I'm getting a little up here. I'm getting into that nigga moment stage, and I might say some shit I might regret. So I'll calm down a little bit, guys. Take a sip. Take a breather, because Zen moment. Find my Zen. Zendaya. Beautiful light skinned chick that she wouldn't approve of this message. And Zendaya, okay. But I mean, really, Will Smith. Out of all the stuff that you've been through with your wife, this is the hill that you want to die on. Because that literally was the most cringiest sequence for you and your wife, if not subsequently your family. I don't see Willow Smith going like, that's what my dad should have done in that situation. I don't see Jaden Smith talking to Will like, Dad, you're all right. You did that shit perfect. Dad, Dad, and when you stole my song, you did that well too. I don't see anyone in Will Smith's family going like, yep, because there's a certain IQ of people that think that was a good move. First of all, if you're going to fight, you're gonna fight for your wife. If you're gonna punch a dude, that's one thing. If you're gonna swing on a dude, open fist, palm, you slapped a dude. Now, that's when you're trying to not hurt somebody. So even in the attack, it's like a slap. And Will Smith slaps people. That's what he does. He slapped the paparazzi. He did, but it was a weird, like, it's a disrespect. Like, I'm a better person than you, and I slapped you, and you can't do anything about it. I don't think he thinks that Chris Rock could have done anything about it, because I think Will Smith has this air of superiority above him. I think he truly believes if he's better than somebody, because if Jerry Seinfeld did that same type of, I don't think if it was, and to be honest, if it was any white person, I think Will Smith knows his place in that realm, in that Illuminati fucking trickle down pyramid shit. I think Will Smith truly does know where he stands. No, he can't touch him, but he's like, Chris Rock is blacker than me, Let's just throw that out there. He's like, yo, he's sitting there and he goes like, oh yeah, this nigga fucked up. Yeah. Oh, wife? Yeah, he fucked up. Okay. Cause he was laughing. He was like, yo, this nigga funny as fuck. He's laughing. But then he goes, my wife's offended. To be honest, man, it's not a good look. And I played this in my head and I was thinking like, I don't believe both of them. Chris Rock kept the show going. And then throughout this thing, Will Smith came up and kept the show going when he won the Oscars, and he delivered a speech that literally people are calling heartfelt. Yeah, well, it's the news. So you could only imagine how real those people are. But he played it off like it was literally like he broke down crying. So it's like, literally, as far as Oscars are concerned, I think, throw out whoever won best Oscar performance of the year 2020 or 2021 or 2022. Throw out who won best performance that year, because bro, Will Smith had the best performance in that fucking room. He had the best performance in that room. You guys gotta understand, man. I'm breaking this shit down psychologically, like the tapes, like what the fucking films did in 9/11, and they're breaking down every little barrier, and they're like, okay, this is what happened in this, or the JFK assassination that's back and to the left. You guys gotta understand, man. Will Smith had a range of emotions in that performance in the Oscars. 10 out of 10, right? As far as like if it's a scene already set up. Will Smith is here. His wife's kind of far from him. There's a woman in between them. Lupita's closer to Will than Will is to Jada. Already, let's just throw that out there. It's kind of weird. There's tension. You can tell the stakes are high right now. Will Smith is sitting, getting a little drunk, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there. Probably eating some caviar. I didn't really like the caviar. He's laughing a little too much because he knows it's irking. Maybe his wife was like, I'm just not having fun. And he's like, I'm going to try to have fun, babe. Babe, it's the Oscars. Babe, it's the Oscars. Let's have some fun. You know, he came in like on the red carpet, probably finger gunning. And his wife was like, you're acting a fool, Will. And he's like, it's me. That's what I do. I'm Will Smith. I go, hey, you know, he's the meme guy. He's a meme. He is a meme. So he's literally giving people meme faces. Like he's laughing. He's laughing at all the jokes that Chris Rock said. All of the jokes hit for Will Smith. All of them. Except for the last two where he's like, dude, really? All of them hit. And even then, he was still killing in the room until Will Smith spoke up, right? But Will Smith is angry as shit. You could tell he's so angry he silenced the room. That's a commanding voice, right? Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Wow. And even there was it was like 10 seconds, not even 10 seconds. It was about a 5 second, 2 second, 3 second break where it was just like right after he said it the second time, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. He yelled that shit. Nothing to be heard, right? Just pure silence. And the camera pans off of him, but you could tell he was mad up until then. And you go like, okay, now it's fuck anybody. Who was even the host? No one knows. What was the Oscar for? No one knows. What was the movie that Will Smith was in that he won the award? No one knows. I don't care. I could give two shits about anything other than what Will Smith is. There needs to be somebody that has straight raw footage of the whole time Will Smith was in. Because I don't want to watch the Oscars. I want to watch Will Smith at the Oscars. I want to watch Will Smith at the Oscars, dog. I want to see what went on because it had to have been spectacular acting. It had to have been, because like, it's real and passion and drive and determination and struggle and grit. It's grimy, and at the same time, it's a lovable character that you hope he doesn't play by the rules. He doesn't. It's literally, you can have a fucking $1 million idea. In this script alone is like literally just write down what Will Smith did at the Oscars last night. It is fucking insane, and I'm losing my mind because he is angry and to be angry, and he's so angry, and you go, this is the downfall of the hero. You start to worry, like what are you doing? Like, all right, like you blew up, okay, you know, maybe it's time you need a redemption arc, bud. You need some sort of redemption arc. There's a whole circle of it's not even a redemption arc. It's two arcs. You have this circle. It's your wife and you, bud. It's you. It's both. It's your family, basically. And he tied all of that into the speech. That's ridiculous. That's manipulation on the third degree. Like, only very smart people that understand certain situations and certain social cues and aspects of day-to-day interactions can really get what happened. Because he went on stage and he fucking Jedi mind tricked the entire world. Everybody watching. There's people in fucking China baffled by this plot. And I'm sure Xi Jinping and Korean leaders, North Korean dictators, are going to study what kind of level psychologically you had to be as far as a fucking sociopath to get into cry mode perfectly. It was perfect. The tears don't fall like that perfectly. When you cry, you can't control a speech through it. Like, I'm sorry, when it's real. But I mean, he's acting. Maybe he's used to crying like that, and it was real, and they just got through it. But like, he had such a like he was off the top dropping all, not even like, I had to play an actual old school Will Smith speech to see if he's just like he has a photographic memory, but neither here nor there. He was on point with everything he said throughout the speech. He said he even acknowledged while he was spitting. It was a weird thing. And it was almost brilliant as far as anything can go down. Like, if anything were to go down and it was that in a movie and that played out like that, you'd go like, that's okay, yeah, he just got away and then he made a speech. Then, like, you guys still, and I don't feel like is this, it's not really like fucking, it's big, this is really big, but it's not as big as it should be, because it should literally be days of like people like mourning and crying for what, Will Smith's wife. This is like, you gotta shut off the lights and save power for, shut off the lights because we don't. This is for Will Smith's bald bitch. So y'all gonna kill me for this. You're gonna have to kill me for this one. But just imagine, like, to have the speech in you perfectly, because he probably had a speech. But then he said, fuck the speech, because he went off script by acknowledging, like, protecting his family. And like, you're not writing a speech. It's like, all right, I won an Oscar for Best Acting. I'd want to protect my family. Because if someone comes in like the devil comes knocking, and shouts out to Denzel Washington, by the way. I call him D. Shouts out to D, by the way. They like, while you're crying, like, you don't go like, oh, by the way, shouts out D and Denzel Washington, name drop. Shouts out to that nigga, pan over them real quick. He's sitting there sipping like, yeah, I told that motherfucker. Told that motherfucker some real shit right before this, so he got his act together. The devil will be careful at your highest points. He's literally winning the Oscar, got an Oscar in his hand. Devil comes at you at your highest points. So he framed fucking Chris Rock as the devil. Like, it's a badass Hail Mary play. It's literally, I'm fucking down by 6 points. Just need one touch. They missed their field goal on that back end, but they're still up. The game's got one play left. It's 1 second on the clock, boys. You got one. You can't punt it. Can't punt it. Field goal's way too far. You're in your end zone. You got nothing going for you, right? Down on your luck. There's dirt on your eyes. Queen, the fat lady was singing a long time ago. I just put it that way. The Queen left. They're like, they can't do no. There's no motivation song that we have is gonna fit this, right? And you toss up the devil comes at you at your highest points speech, bro, while crying, talking about how you're protecting your family, bro. That is some Jedi judo fucking space alien shit, bro. That is on a it's a sociopathic level thinking, bro. To call Chris Rock the devil for a G.I. Jane joke, dog. Now, a lot of people, almost 50% of the world, which ultimately is a lot of dummies. IQ is like 100, bro. 100 is IQ average, which you could spell your name right at 70, and you can guess grade 10 math at 100, and that's like the level of IQ I think the average person is. And I usually tend to think the average human is about you, and I'm a fairly smart person. I read books, and I didn't realize, I'm enough rubbing myself up. It's ridiculous how many people bought that shit. It's ridiculous how many people bought the shit that Will Smith spewed after holding up an Oscar. At the highest points, the devil comes and tries, devil comes knocking. It's like, bruh, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I sat there like, holy fuck, he's pulling it off. This, as far as the movie is concerned, greatest fucking performance at an Oscars. You have to, the next year has to be, and in every year people are just gonna try to outdo the Will Smith shit. This has become, because it's literally the best show. They used to do skits at the Oscars, funny shit, but this is something different. This is like, people want to be real. More people like podcasts and shit than, more people like Joe Rogan because he's real. Joe, whoa, again. Shouts out to Joe, by the way. I know I talk a lot of shit, but I actually do really like Joe Rogan. I got an actual song too, but you guys got to check it out. That's neither here nor there. But people like podcasts. People like real things. A lot of people watch, some people just go on YouTube and go 24-hour dash cam videos, and they just pull up the dash cam videos of like driver interactions, because ultimately a real driving is fairly interesting too. Like, there's a lot of stuff, and especially if there's like a guy like a podcaster talking shit while he's driving, oh fuck, this guy's gonna cut me off, and then just like a clip of like series of like near misses. People watch shit like that way more than they watch actual, because Hollywood shit's getting corny. It's been corny, I think, when Seinfeld came out. Seinfeld kind of made fun of almost all types of shit, where it was just like, let's just do a show about like just day-to-day interaction, and it's still on to this day, because Larry David, the writer, and Jerry Seinfeld, they both created something that's like, it's as close as reality as you can get with even being scripted. If it, most likely some of it was scripted. I don't think it's scripted, yeah. And with what Will Smith brought is probably the greatest thing that network could have, right? We'll lay the plot down. You start the Oscars next year. You're watching the Oscars, and it's looking like a fucking season of like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, dog. It's literally like bitches throwing drinks. You got Lizzo's a singer, so that'd be the Grammys. It's Oscars, so you got fuck, I don't watch movies, so I don't know who's relevant. But here's the thing. Here's the pitch. You got Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie in the front row, right? Or you got Leonardo DiCaprio and Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. Rihanna was just in some new film this year, right? All of a sudden, Leonardo DiCaprio slips by, and A$AP Rocky's like, yo, weren't you seen on the beach with, laying up in Leo's arms at one time? And she goes, yeah, so what? And he goes, oh, no, nigga, you fucking my baby mom. Tosses a bottle at Leo. A$AP Rocky toss a bottle. That's the level of where the fucking Oscars are headed. And I as far as not, we joke around on this show. I joke around. I am a medium clairvoyant, and I can see certain patterns in reality, and I can see where the future is headed. Before the vapes of cigarettes, I was like, man, telling my buddies, I'm like, yo, we need something a little bit more healthier. Like, imagine if we were just smoking vapor. Like, we're addicted to the nicotine. We don't want all that other chemicals. Vapes come the next year. So I'm like, yo, it's not like I'm like, oh, that's my idea, or it's just a feeling where the world's headed. It's not that bad, or it's not that like fluffy, or whatever actual psychics are. I think a real psychic, down to earth, can go, well, the way the world spins is, you can know where the world's gonna end up. It's gonna spin that way. It's just keep spinning in a things like that. There's a lot of things that happen throughout the years too, that like certain trends follow. And if you can study like history, certain trends tend to follow patterns, or certain years tend to follow patterns. I think it's a coincidence that every 100 years, sometime around the 20s, a pandemic hits. it's very specific, and it's like too much to like the last 3 centuries. There were fucking pandemics in around the 20s. It's very hard to say that that's a coincidence. It'll probably be good next century. It's hard to kind of get that out of your head, but back onto this. The way the Oscars have to be to top these Oscars, because then you know that they just want it's all about viewership. It's all about trying to get the most amount of views, and the biggest view would most likely be a fight breaking out in the Oscars with A$AP Rocky and Leonardo DiCaprio over Rihanna and the baby, the babies. You know, the baby's just, you know, she's got the baby and she's protecting the baby. Not my baby. You know? And A$AP Rocky's like, I don't care, man. I don't care. I'm going to make sure you can't look up.